Good day, this is Richard. In screencast number 9, I'll discuss security and layers of protection. Perhaps appropriately so. In the background, I'm listening to the congressional questioning of James Comey, our FBI director, but I think it's a good backdrop because in the 20 to 25 years that I have been performing CFO, controller, and asset advisor duties, I've seen a lot of theft and have become aware of a lot of situations in which companies don't see the value often in protecting themselves. A lot of times I've observed in bad situations, a company simply could have employed certain security measures and it would have thwarted the ability of anyone to get in and harm them or steal information. It could involve sabotage, stealing data and feeding it to a competitor. So there's so much information. So this goes a little bit beyond the scope of accounting, but I think it's our duty to provide the information and make sure that our clients are safe. Computer systems like QuickBooks Online, number one, are 128-bit encrypted, so that means that despite the fact that they're on the cloud, that there is protection there, and it would be very, very difficult for someone to break into it and to use it or steal the information. Other systems, property management systems, other management systems, often provide layers of security. And by the way, so does QuickBooks Online, where you can assign a certain security level or a certain level to a person where they can't go beyond it and they can't seek further information. Now, if you have a computer or your computers are wide open to people, you're subjecting yourself to potential problems. And again, I hate to say it, but over time, it proves out that people you trust over time, one or two bad apples are going to surface, and it really depends how you control the damage. And when you're reacting rather than being on offense, it's a bad thing. So let's go back to QuickBooks Online. Now, QuickBooks Online offers two levels where you can either get in to see everything or you can be limited as to how much you can see. We like salespeople to be on QuickBooks so that they can type their invoices, they can look at the inventory available, they can sell things that are available, okay, and then send an invoice out, okay. QuickBooks Online is okay. I've seen better security systems, but it does protect you and it does allow people into certain areas that maybe I wouldn't like it, but they can't get into any critical, they can't change any critical data. And listen, the key is that we protect the most valuable assets, our customer base, very, very valuable, and our employee base and financial information. All needs to be carefully protected. So let me speak very quickly about QuickBooks, just to give you an example. Now, here would be the access that QuickBooks Online would allow a salesperson. They can enter estimates, invoices, sales receipts, credit memos, and refunds. Maybe a little bit more power than I'd like to give them, but that's okay. Enter charges and credits, create and delete statements, receive payments from customers, add, edit, delete customers, add, edit, delete products and services, view customer registers, and view customer accounts receivable reports. All is okay. What they can't do is the critical areas, and you can read them if you haven't already. But we want to limit access. Now, the one nice thing about the QuickBooks Online system that, let's just say, it lets me overlook a couple of the areas I might not want them to be in, is the audit trail that was discussed in a prior video. And that audit trail means that I can see everything that anyone has done on the system at any time, and it cannot be erased. So it gives me a certain level of comfort. And finally, the last thing you need to be careful of, and again, it gets forgotten at times, but the back door to accounting and a back door to management systems presents a vulnerability, and that needs to be passwords changed periodically. People who have access that way have to be assessed periodically, and often they will change. Once you let somebody go, there should be a checklist of the things that occur when a staff member is let go. And on that checklist, if they have access to any of these accounts, that access should be denied immediately. So I've gone a little bit further than I intended to, but thank you for listening.